Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently having a little bit of issue here, which is unsurprising, given our extraordinarily rapid expansion. So we need to put down this small rebellion here, and I was just looking at where the war leader here is. He's up here. So we'll be wanting to get that fairly soon, but we need to raise here first, I think. So let's get that done. So, okay, this is enough. This is enough. We're going to do that. We're going to walk in here, fight them there, and then siege here. Now we need to come up over this way. He's about to finish this siege, so that's understood. We don't really know where he's going to go after that, so I'm going to raise up here. Okay, so we'll get going on that. This siege is going to be finished. 25 gold? You know what? Why not? That'll gain us some stress, but we'll take it. 25 gold for war assistance is nothing. Completely and totally irrelevant. So we're making our way up over here. We're at minus 61% right now. And we could buy a new cloak, but we could also just become overwhelmed by stress. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, one thing we might want to consider doing is just lashing out for right now. Okay, that brings us down to level 1. Perfect. So we're at 65 at this moment, and these guys, what are they doing? They're sieging? Okay. These guys are also sieging very, very, very slowly. And that's absolutely okay for now. So we need to head up to this army at this moment. Looks like he's going to siege here. Okay. So this is a little bit larger of a force out over this way. That's understood. And these guys, they should be arriving here. Yeah, they're already here. So we need to move around here and fight them there. We might not get there in time to prevent them from taking that location, which would be unfortunate, but certainly not the end of the world. Are they going to group in here? Again, 25 gold. I'm going to decline this because of the stress, though. Okay. So, we're just waiting for these guys to get grouped up a bit. Now, we definitely need to take all these out. Eventually it will happen. Eventually. So we've got these guys out over here. They're actually leaving our territory right now. They're running away from this force is what they're doing. Okay. Well, we have one man here. Okay, now we've got 249. That's better. We need a lot more than this, though. I'm going for 10,000 here, if we can. Nope, this is, I think, about all we've got for now. We're going to go in here, and we may or may not win this. Ooh. Okay, we're not going to do this. We're not going to fight there. I'm going to keep raising here for the moment. We're at 80% war score. We can't take this at this moment. However, what we can do is we can actually hire some mercs, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to hire these guys. We're going to group these together, and now we're going to go in. This is saying that we'll probably lose with the mercs present. Well, that might actually be the case. We have pikemen here, and they do have a lot of horses. We could hire ourselves a second merc force, and that would be these guys, and I'm going to do so. Now we'll definitely win this. And we don't really have much for siege, that's understood, but we need to win that, and hopefully we capture their war leader. That would be the dream. So we're making our way up over here. We won a siege, and that's a big deal. We won the siege over in Merv. Okay, so this I'm walking away from. We need to come up over here and start getting some of this sieged back. So we're going to split in half, and we're going to siege here, and we're going to siege here. Okay. So that's a fairly big deal. We need to get up here, and the question is, will we get there in time? 14 days? No, we won't. Okay. So that's going to be spicy, no doubt about that. Now, we are fighting the war leader up over here. We could theoretically capture him. We're at 90 war score negative right now. 93 at this moment. We'll let her spend her last days quietly. Okay, so down over here we're currently fighting. We'll win this battle, and we'll take back this siege nice and quickly. So that's fine. There's a faction organizing, and this is not terribly surprising. So that's understood. We could try to bribe her. This would just cause them to lose discontent. This would simply imprison her. Or we could ignore the faction for the time being, which is what we're going to do. We've got 16 months. Okay, so this is sieged back. Actually, we're at 33 right now. Okay, they lost their ticking, I think, is what happened there. We also got these taken back. So that's perfect. I'm going to have these forces head up over this direction. So you're going to go there, and then you are going to go there. In the meantime, we need these guys to start heading up over this way. It'll take them 7 months to get there. That's a long ways away. Okay, this battle isn't done yet. Now it is, and that puts us at minus 12. Okay, I'm not sure where this guy's retreating to. 6 months on this siege. I want to pursue the war leader. Okay, we just won a couple of sieges. This siege here and this siege here. So those are big deals. I want to head out over this direction and see about getting some sieging back done over here. So we're going to grab these guys. They're going to go like that. Okay. So we're pursuing their war leader. Again, I'm not entirely sure where he's going to be retreating to. Our horse died, and that's not surprising. Okay, so we've managed to claw most of this back at this moment. We see that these guys are just idle at this moment, and we need to head around over to here. Okay, so that looks good for now, but we need to continue to pursue this war leader. The question is, where is he retreating to? And the answer looks to be around here. Let's see if we can get over there. So they're succeeding a bunch of sieges with their small units that they have. We're about to finish a siege here, so that's good. Okay, we got that back, and we're going to walk directly up over to here next. Excellent. So we've got our forces in motion. We've got these guys out over here, and he actually ended up retreating to right here. Now, that's going to be about 3,600 troops. And if we look at his total number of troops, hang on. This is the issue that we have sometimes with the UI scaling. Just got to be quick. There we go. Got it. So he's got 11,470 total. They're just spread out over a very, very large distance. So we can grab a stewardship perk. We're going to take Avaricious at this time. And that's understood. I don't care about this. Okay, what I do care about, though, is this. So that's a little bit awkward, but that's understood. So we're going to be coming in and attacking the war leader here. This could theoretically end this war, and that'd be great if we manage to end this war here. I kind of doubt it will, but we theoretically can do so. Okay, so we're going to get that all taken care of. We've got some sieging happening here. I don't use the outliner in CK3 all that much, but when we've got a war like this, it's very useful to be able to just scan through and see what our armies are doing at any given time. Okay, so this battle puts us at +3. Once again, I'm going to be chasing this guy. He is probably going here as of right now. So we're going to head on around. That'll be fine. Out this direction, we've got these sieges underway. I'm not sure what you're doing. Are you sieging? What is happening here? This is very bugged. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, we're sieging here, and these guys are on their way up. Okay, we're sieging here now. So that seems good. So this siege is lost. That's not terribly shocking there. We have a bunch of sieges coming back at this moment. Okay, so up over this direction, we need to keep an eye on where this guy's retreating to. We just won a siege, and that is this one. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to walk up over this direction, 45 days until we get there. And it looks like they took back this capital. Okay, I don't actually care about that right now. We've got bigger problems. So that's all okay for right now. And we want to go to this area up over here. This is where their war leader is. And we don't know where they're retreating exactly. It might be right here. And it was. This could stack wipe them. Claim throne. Very rude. I don't think that's a stack wipe. Okay. No stack wipe there. That's understood. He's probably retreating back to here again. So we will just re-embark and we'll head on down there. That seems fine for now. Checking through our other locations here, we are net positive in war score. Our spouse left her position and your court after gaining a title. Okay, she got a title down over here. I'm not sure which spouse that was. That was definitely our former primary spouse. This one is skill 15 stewardship, and let's check through these others. So it was... Let's see. She's unlanded, skill 7. Yeah, she's not an available spouse. So we just need an available spouse here. So let's see. Skill 10, you'll do. Okay, that should bring us back up once this updates. In theory. There we go. Excellent. Yep, that'll do. Okay, so with that in mind, we need to head over to here. And we're still on our way embarking over here. Noted. One of these wars was invalidated, so that's, you know, convenient. What else do we have going on here? Well, we've got these guys idle right now. We've actually got a lot of idle forces. These guys are currently idle. They need to head down to here. These guys are sieging. These are idle, and we're sieging here already, so they should be heading up over, like, this direction to, like, here. These guys are idle, but sieging? Okay, this isn't us sieging. Okay, we need to head up over this direction. And then that looks good. Okay, so we're going to be heading in over here. We're expecting that they're going to be popping back to here. And indeed they did. Perfect. Ooh, yes, right this wrong. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to win this battle in theory. No, in theory. We're going to win the battle. Okay, there's a big plague occurring. Understood. I'm going to come over and wipe these guys out. Where is this plague at? We kind of have bigger problems. Okay, it's up over here. Wait a sec. Where is this apocalyptic Lilu's pox? Oh, okay. We don't care about this. That's fine. No problem up over there. Beautiful. So that's absolutely fine. We're going to come take these guys out is the goal. And these are retreating up to the north. That's understood. So we're 56% war score right now. We're very, very close to wrapping this up. Okay, we're going to walk over here. These guys are idle, so we're going to move them here. These are currently idle, so we're going to move them right up over here. Okay, we're above our vassal limit. 24 vassals above our limit. What? Did we just inherit a kingdom? What happened? That's kind of wacky. 24 vassals. Let's take a look here. So if we wanted to grant titles, show only recent titles. No. Huh. I don't know what happened there. That's odd. Well, it doesn't really... Well, maybe what happened was like a disillusion war on a kingdom that happened internally. That's a possibility, I suppose. We've got an area like this up over here. We could definitely make this into a duchy. Actually, hang on. That looks like a de jure grant. Yeah, we've got a few de jure grants that we can do here. 5 of them. We're still going to be 19 over. So that's going to be a significant problem, for sure. So with that in mind, we need to be looking for locations like this. On the duchy level, that would be a workable thing. But really, with this many vassals being over, what we're really going to be looking for here is kingdoms. But that should bring us down to 17. Yep, okay. So then we'd be looking at... So these are all kingdom level? No, they aren't. These are duchy level. The Kingdom of Bengal here, we can grant out. So we'll definitely look to do that. That's going to go to this guy. Now, we could demand his conversion first. He has a 100% chance of acceptance, so I'm going to do so. He has converted, and we're going to reward that with giving him... What is this? What is this kingdom called? Bengal. We're going to give him the Kingdom of Bengal. Okay, so this is going to be the... Not the Bengal Empire. We want to hold that ourselves. But the Kingdom of Bengal. There we go. So that puts us at what? 14 direct vassals. Understood. So down over this direction, there's definitely some work we can do over this way. But I'm going to head up over here instead. I want to grant out Arabia because this is a lot. So... The Kingdom of Arabia de jure is capitaled here. We don't hold that, so I'm going to give it to the guy who is in control of Mecca right now. So we're going to grant him the title of Kingdom of Arabia. And that's going to bring 18 vassals. So that should solve our problem. We also need a new marshal, which is going to be this guy. Okay. And yeah, we've just got a dangerous faction. That's not a concern. Okay, cool. So this army is idle at this moment. We should probably have a leader here, and we're just going to meander on over to here for right now. We find ourselves at plus 55%, and there's a new war that just popped in. This independence faction is a problem. I'm going to send this lady a gift. 13 opinion. That's not much. I'm going to ask her to convert. She probably won't. I'm going to send everyone in this faction a gift. I don't want this faction to fire if we can help it. This lady is very angry at us. Let's see what else we can do here. We don't have a lot of time at this point. But we want to buy some time. Okay, she did not convert over. I'm not surprised about that. So some of these people will leave this faction, and that will definitely be a good thing. I'd really like to get out of these wars, but I don't think it's going to happen. Okay. So now the question is, what's going on with this lady? Well, she's angry because we declared war on her. She wants a seat on the council. That's 40 reasons. Actually, we can probably give her one. She's skill 15 spy master, so she's going to be worse than this guy, but I'll do it. That'll bring her up to plus 32, and what does that put her at for faction commitment? Plus 1. Leaves if less than 5. So she should leave this faction then. In theory. In theory. So we just controlled here. That's perfect. And this war is hard negative. I don't know what this war is. Is this the war? This is this war out over here. So that war is going to wrap up. That's fine. We've got this war over here, which I don't know what this war is. It's up over this way. Okay. Sure, that's noted. We've got this force fairly nearby. That faction, for the moment, is gone. Emphasis on for the moment. This army is idle and not doing anything, so they're going to wander over this direction, and we may as well have a leader that is not us. There we go. And this army is able to head up to about here, but we actually have this force heading in here. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to head here. These guys, they're going to head this way to deal with this army. So that'll be absolutely fine. And then we've got this force here who is supposed to be sieging here, but they're not. So this must not be part of this ongoing war. Okay. It is not. We're going to meander down over this way for now, and we'll see what happens with that. These guys, they can start heading up over this direction, which will take them a while to get there. But we're at 72% war score here. It should be wrapping up relatively soon there. Okay, this Liberty War, I don't care about. It's absolutely fine that that war ended. That is for the best. Someone was attempting to murder us. That is not even a little bit surprising. Okay, so now we need to, I guess, head up over here? I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, but this is a big chunk of their forces, and we can stack wipe this, most likely. So that'll be fine. Where's their war leader at these days? We were chasing him for a while, but we kind of stopped. Okay, he's sieging up here. Noted. So we're going to come in and take over this siege, and these guys, they're going to wander up this direction, and we'll see if we can catch that war leader. Okay. This army is running away over here. I'd like to catch them over here. I'd really like to catch them. And in fact, it looks like we're going to. In fact, that isn't even us there, but we're going to help this out. They're actually losing that, but that's a stack wipe. Actually, it didn't stack wipe. Remarkable. We're going to wander up over here and siege this back. That's fine. We're 82% war score right now. This army is idle, and these two armies are both going to start heading up over this direction. Something kind of like... Only this, please. Something kind of like that. Okay. So we're fighting over here right now, and we're losing this battle. That's absolutely an issue. We need to make our way over, and we'll get that taken care of. Okay, so we're going to siege this back without any major concerns. We're at 90% war score right now, and even with that battle lost, that's not a big deal. So that seems excellent. These guys are on their way over, and I want them to chase this force down, ideally. Okay, so we're at 96% war score here, and that's going to be fantastic. And this war is actually done. Get out of here. Excellent. Now there's only this war, and this we can end incredibly fast. So we're just going to walk up over here, and yeah, we've got a dangerous faction brewing. They can send their ultimatum in 1 month right now. We need to buy a little bit more time here. Okay. Maybe they just won't do it. It's not going to take us long. It's going to take us about a month to get here, and then the siege is going to go very fast, and then we will end this war. We're just hoping they're not going to fire as soon as they can. That's the dream right now, because we need to put our forces down badly. The worst timing. Okay. Let's wrap up this. If they had waited 1 week... If they had waited 1 week, we would be in so much better of a position. Okay. So now this is in rebellion. Okay. So I'm going to take all of our armies that we have here. They are all going to come and group up over this way. It's a very long journey, and there's a lot of attrition there. That's understood. I'm going to drop our rally point here, and we're going to raise up anything we've got, but it's not much right now. We really needed to put down our forces there, but we didn't have an opportunity. So we're going to walk in over here and just start getting some siege. Okay, so that was 2% right there. And the ticking here is the attacker controls war target. So the question is, where's the war target? It is all the way down here. Okay. That's fine. So, we need to push our way down there. That's going to be absolutely vital. There's a lot of disease happening right now, and we're just going to head on down over here. Now, there is another faction theoretically behind this. They're pretty far away as of right now, so I'm not that concerned about it. We need a new Chancellor, and we need a new Marshal. There we go. Okay. So we're going to be sieging our way down, and these guys are close now. We're going to bring them in right here. So we're sieging our way down and attempting to get to here, as of right now. It won't take us very long to siege through this. And these guys, they can come join us down here as soon as they're done raising. Okay. Let's go. So stewardship perk has been completed. That's absolutely fine. That's not a stewardship perk. This is a stewardship perk. And we're going to take cutting cornerstones at this moment. Okay. So we're going to continue to press down over this direction, like so. These guys are going to be on their way in, and we've got other forces on the way over, but it is going to take some time. So these guys, they're going to try to join us. I want them to make their way around over here, kind of like this. And then we've got these forces on the way over. It's going to take some time. We're very spread out at this moment. They're going to try to meet up with us down over here. Okay. So we're at 10% war score. Ticking is against us right now, but this is actually ticking war score territory right here. So that's very, very good for us. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to deal with this very large independence war that we're deeply unsurprised is happening. It was just slightly unfortunate that it didn't happen 1 week later. Very sad. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.